Hey everyone, it's Zach Dewhurst, the Business Development Manager at DecoNetwork. In this week's webinar, we're talking about how to sell promotional products using ASI as a partner. With us today is Michelle Castells, the Senior Account Executive of Distribution Services at ASI. How's it going, Michelle?
I'm doing good, Zach. How about yourself today?
Good. I mean, hey, it's a nice Friday. I'm excited to talk about promotional products because over the past few years, with all my consulting conversations with my clients, promo is definitely on the rise. The amount of shops offering promo, how much promo is offered from a shop just grows year after year. And if you want to be a one-stop shop, which most decoration shops want to be, so they don't have to tell their customer no, and then the customer has to go to a competitor, it's just a really good idea to look at an ASI partnership so that you can have that one-stop capability, do what you want in-house, outsource to a supplier. And yeah, just real excited for us to tell us more about how ASI works and how somebody can grow their business by becoming a partner with ASI.
Absolutely. Excited to be here. Excited to share some information because what this is going to do is definitely help, your partners out, bring additional monies into the business, protect that additional business that they have. So some good information to share today. So, just to give you a little bit about what is a promotional product. Well, you guys are selling them right now. You're doing a lot of wearables. You're doing probably a lot of apparel, uniforms, hats, things along those lines. So, this fills in the blank of everything else that's out there. A promo product is anything that is branded with a company name, logo, team name, organization. It's, used by schools for events, anything, corporate gifting, whatever it might be. And it is the most cost effective form of advertising that's out there. I mean, people are walking around with a shirt with your logo on it, they're a human billboard, so they're out there promoting your business. What types of products can be sourced from ASI suppliers? Well, the biggest one is wearables, and you guys are doing that right now. You have the opportunity to sell other items like pens, mugs, phone cases, hand sanitizers, signage, any type of, there's so many different things that people don't think about. You've got even things for like construction workers, your lawn signs, your truck signs, all of their gear, things along that. So there's so many pieces to it. The industry is so vast and so much money to be made, a $26.1 billion a year industry. So when you want to talk about adding additional profits onto the business, promotional products is the way to go because you can do it if you don't do laser etching, it's okay. Somebody will do that for you. You don't have to go buy more equipment and do the decoration. You can order the products with that done, have it delivered right to your client, and the profits are staying in your pocket, which is a beautiful thing. Profit margins are roughly about 40%. The other piece is with promotional products, you're offering a piece of what they're buying. They're buying these other items from someone. If it's not you, do you want that client talking to your customer about, well, I can do this apparel for you. I can do these uniforms, these hats. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where somebody could take your business. So that's what it comes down to. You're protecting your business as well as growing and expanding your line card out. So,
Michelle, you stole my thunder because I love to talk about apparel is a walking billboard. I mean, it's really
yes,
the ultimate product that a lot of how I got started in the industry is my best friend in college. His dad owned a restaurant, and that restaurant was featured on the Travel Channel, the Food Network, and thus they were so popular they had a 2 hour wait. And
wow.
if you have a 2 hour wait and you're going to wait that long, guess what? You're probably going to be interested in buying some promo stuff. And
Yes.
the restaurant made more money off of selling a t-shirt in which the customer is paying to market the business than they did off of the meal. Now, if the customer bought drinks, yeah, that's pretty profitable. Food isn't profitable. T-shirts are. And
Yeah.
I would wear, some of the T-shirts that I would print around town. You know, how many people would stop and like, I got to go to there, just because it's literally a walking billboard. And Michelle, even if a customer doesn't wear it, guess what they do every day in their closet? They're flipping
They
through.
see it.
Oh, look at the logo. Same thing with like drinkware. I love drinkware as well because it's in the cupboard. And even if I'm not using it, every day I open it, I'm like, you think about the impressions that it makes. And how practical a lot of these products are. Some of my favorite are, for example, like a pack of Band-Aids, something like this. Oh, I'm never going to toss this. I'm throw it in the car, have it handy. So, yeah, in just my experience with working with a lot of shops, promo is just on the rise. It's becoming very popular, and I'm guilty as anybody who makes poor assumptions that there's not as much profit in it. No, 40% markup is great money in which you're not doing the actual physical decorating yourself. There is some things to learn, which we're going to talk about here shortly. But yeah, promo is very much so profitable. And because more and more shops are offering it, you really got to think about doing it because you're going to get left behind and you're going to be behind. Um, so yeah, makes total sense to me. There's just so many products in which I don't want to touch. And I don't have engraving equipment. I don't have pad printing equipment. There's just a lot of different intricacies. So it's promo products are typically outsourced to a supplier that specializes in it, and it just makes it so much easier when you're using a partner like ASI, which a lot of DecoNetwork users are. They use ASI and either they quote their customer and they place the order themselves through the ASI platform, or they just direct them, hey, you want hard good promo products? Come here, and it takes them to the ASI website, and the customer can do all of it themselves. So yes, it's I am one of the worst at making poor assumptions, but wow, have I learned a lot in the past, handful of years, but especially the last year. The percentage of shops have greatly increased who are offering promo, and it's really forcing everybody to take that dive. And yeah, so ASI, great place to start. What else you got for us, Michelle? Of again, you're
Yeah.
our educator of all things promo today.
And just to like piggyback on what you just said, let's go back. I mean, we're in 2024, 4 years ago, which, the years we'd like to all forget,
Yeah.
during COVID, businesses shut down. So
Yep.
they're not out. They didn't need t-shirts and uniforms and all this stuff because nothing was going on. Having other promotional items to at your accessibility to and being able to provide to your clients, we had distributors during that time that were able to change direction, go after a little more of the healthcare industry, provide hand sanitizing stations and signage and masks and gloves and different things for the restaurants, your go-to or to-go containers and signage and paper menus. So it gives you the ability, because you never know, what tomorrow brings, to be adaptable in the industry and still be able to make money. So,
Yeah. You're
um,
diversified.
absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk about, the industry in general, kind of where, Deco partners fit in. You know, your members would be a distributor. You're selling promotional products to customers, you're buying it wholesale, you're reselling at a markup. You're selling to your end
Michelle,
buyers.
we
Yes.
actually have a lot of ASI suppliers as well because we have a lot of contract decorators. So if you're a
Oh,
contract decorator, you could also be a supplier at the same time of being a distributor.
absolutely, absolutely. And we have so many, whether you're a supplier decorator or a supplier, we have several different options as far as membership getting you in front of other suppliers out there that are looking for decorators to partner with, or if you're supplying the product with the decoration, all together, you have many options with ASI for sure. So, and then you have your end buyers who your distributors are selling, directly to. And then, of course, your end users like us. I'm wearing my ASI t-shirt today. I have my ASI drinkware next to me. So, that's us, right? We're the end users walking around that human billboard, as we said.
Yep.
And then
So,
go
because
ahead.
I'm sorry, Michelle, but
No,
because it was confusing to me initially. Distributors are going to be your decoration shop. The end buyer is essentially who you're selling it to. Maybe you're selling it to a school, and then the school hands it out, and they're the actual end user would be that parent or student who actually
correct,
has it. Um,
correct.
so yeah, it's a little different terminology than a lot of apparel decorators are used to. But distributor, that's who's actually selling the end product to the end buyer, but the buyer then typically hands it out to the user. The supplier is essentially whoever you're outsourcing the work to actually fulfill it.
You got it. Getting your product, whether you're buying blank or decorated, whatever the situation is, that's where the distributor's purchasing from, and then they're reselling to business, organization, school, sports team, event, venue, whatever it may be.
Everybody, I mean, everybody needs promo. Even individuals like to start their own stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about ASI. Why ASI? Where do we kind of fit into the mix? So ASI has been in this industry for over 60 years. You'll see that lovely picture of the Cone family. If you've ever been to an ASI show, I am sure you've seen Norman, Matthew, or Stephanie walking the show floor. They are so involved in the business and the industry. I think, they bleed a little bit of promotional products for sure. They're there, their kids are there, Norman's grandkids are there. They are so involved and they're wonderful people. I love the industry in general. This is, like as I said, a $26.1 billion a year industry. So it's so great to be a part of watching companies grow and have the ability to make money selling promotional products. ASI has been a trusted partner in this industry, as I said, over 60 years. We provide a ton of education, all the tools that are needed to sell these products, the connection to the suppliers. We do lots of events and networking events and really connect you with everything that you need. We do a lot of market research, which teaches you what industries to go after, what types of products those industries are purchasing. So it really breaks down. It's not just, hey, here's a connection to products and suppliers, go figure it out. We hand you everything that's needed. We assign a customer success manager to you. They take you through your initial onboarding. They're kind of your hand holder. You call, you get our customer service or tech support team. What I always like to say is we're very old school when it comes to that because you pick up the phone and a live person answers the phone. It's amazing. You don't get that a lot today. So when
Mhm.
you need help with anything, somebody's always there to hold your hand, which is fantastic.
So it sounds like you
So,
guys try to make selling promo products as turnkey as possible as far as, educating. I don't know how you guys did it back in 1964 without the
ugh,
internet and whatnot, because it's
a
gotten a lot
phone book.
easier over the years.
So just imagine, and I always say this when I get people that distributors that I talk to that say, "Oh, I did this back when you would have the registry." It was literally a phone book. We have a copy of it in our office, and it would list every product, and then it would list the suppliers. So it would have like aprons and list the suppliers that offered aprons. Now imagine today where you are so used to the visual of seeing everything,
Yep,
opening up a phone book, calling a supplier and saying, "Yes, I need an apron, maybe canvas, I don't know, material that I want it embroidered." And they send it, and that's what you got. And you
yep,
never saw it until, it got delivered with your client's logo on it. It's crazy.
it is crazy.
So we're spoiled today. So, but that's all right. But yeah, you have access through ASI and our ESP system. We have a network of over 2,900 suppliers, over 1.3 million products, and it's teetering on that 1.4 million. It's like right there. So that'll be soon. But there's something for everybody, is really what it
Yeah.
comes down to. So, all right. And then we'll get into, I'm going to take you through a demo of our ESP Plus software system. And this is really where our distributors run the day to day. This gives you, there is no sitting there Googling products, trying to find what the cost is, calling a supplier, will you sell to me? No, they won't because I don't have an ASI number. So how do I find out if I want to quote this to my client? Well, forget all that. We give you everything in one tool, makes it easy. It's a platform that can be utilized from any device. You can download the app on your phone. It's a live web application. You can log in from your tablet, laptop, desktop, whatever it is. So you're doing business everywhere. Some people like that. Some are like, Michelle, please, I need to shut down at some point, during the day. So, but if you're trying to get a sale, it gives you the opportunity. And again, going back to 2,900 suppliers, 1.3 million products makes it easy to filter through. And we also have some AI capabilities within. If you're not sure what you're searching for, it helps you out within the system as well. So, and I believe then we're going to get into the live demo of the system. So bear with me here. All right. And can you see my screen with
Yep,
ESP
we're
Plus up?
perfect. Yep.
Perfect. Great. So getting into now, okay, well, Michelle, I have access to all of these products, all of these suppliers. What do I do? This ESP Plus system is our software that's provided as an ASI member. So you'll have access to go in and search for everything through here, and you'll see all of the tools are at your fingertips, along with being able to search products. We have a lot of things up top here that I'd like to touch on some of the features within the system. You can manage your clientele. There is a built-in CRM system. This gives you the ability to go in and put your client information in, create that digital file, log in their business contact information, set tasks or reminders to follow up, keep any of the orders that you've placed for that client in that umbrella or in that file. So it's easy to go back, especially when you have clients that order multiple times a year. You can pull the previous order, maybe make tweaks off of that, see if they need to, change quantities or add additional products on. So it keeps all of that there and easily accessible. Under your projects tab, now within this system, you can create presentations to send to your clients. So you could drop one or multiple items in there, drop in their logo, send over to your potential client. They can go in, say they like it, don't like it, or they can request a quote for any of the items you're recommending at that point. All of your presentations are saved under this tab, as well as all of your orders. And what's nice is it gives you the ability to take a look at any orders you've placed with suppliers, go through here and filter out based on the stage of that order where everything is at that point, what's currently open, if there's anything that you need to follow up on or keep an eye out for those particular items. So. And then lastly, what I really like up here is this collections tab. This is a nice time saver. So if you work with particular groups, organizations, teams, or if you even want to create these collections of your favorite drinkware that you recommend, lanyards, pens, whatever it might be, you can go in and create that collection. So let's just say I'm a distributor and one of my clients calls and says, Michelle, we're doing a golf outing. I need some items. Well, I have a collection here of items for golf outing or golf fundraiser. So instead of going in and having to search for the products that I may normally recommend, I have everything here. And all I have to do is go in, check the button, drop the items right here into a presentation, and it's off to my client and I have everything that I'm ready to recommend to them. So it just saves another step and makes it really easy to get those items or recommendations in front of your client. So now going back to the home screen of ESP, I'll just touch on some other things. You'll see trending products here. You'll see, what my previous searches were. It'll take off on that. Any featured categories, as well as anything inspired by my previous searches, new products that have recently come into the system. So it gives you a quick little preview, maybe something different than what you've seen or recommended, and then any latest specials. So you're already getting wholesale price from these suppliers, but these suppliers will sometimes run free artwork setup, free shipping, next quantity pricing, and quantity pricing. So you'll be able to search products by specials too. So what's nice with that is if you have a client who's really looking for a product at a very low cost within that item, you can actually narrow down based on specials and maybe help find them exactly what they're looking for in that way as well. So here's where you're going to do your searching. Now you can go in and type in any product, subject matter, whatever it is you're looking for. You can also go in here. This is where we have our little AI set up. So if you didn't want to put in, your search term and you wanted to see what AI comes up with, you can say, well, they're having a charity event and it's healthcare workers and my, recipients are maybe nurses or doctors or
Yeah.
whatever it might be, and then AI will actually generate the search results for you through there as well. So
Wow. Yeah, that's
I
very
know the
nice.
the computers are taking over, Zach. I don't know. It's a
They
little
are.
scary, but
It's terrifying, Michelle.
they're thinking for us. But so just to show you here, we go. I'm like, I can't talk and type at the same time anymore. My
Yeah,
brain's
that's
getting a little too old for that, I feel like.
that's
But
AI for you. They'll take care of it.
AI, right. I don't need to. So but here, now I want to show you how you can get ideas because sometimes we may have a client come in and we're not sure of what products we may want to recommend to them. So, whatever you search initially will bring up anything related to that search. So, here I just typed in automotive. And let's say you had an automotive client come to you and they're looking for products to brand for their business. This brings up anything automotive related. So now, as we just quickly search through, you're going to see automotive kits. You're going to see sun shields, tire gauges, I'm sure somewhere keychains, ice scrapers, cell phone accessories, down to even uniforms and paperwork for auto supply shops, things along those lines. So lots and lots of different items. Now, up here in the category is where you'll be able to see each thing kind of broken out. So from here, if we just wanted to look at car sunshades, I can click on that, go ahead and hit apply, and now it'll bring up anything that is a car sunshade, and I can narrow down within that car sunshade based on what my client may be looking for or what I want to recommend. So again, nice way to get ideas and then filter down from there on what you may want to recommend to the client.
It looks very
So
easy to be able to filter based on the parameters, a category, price, quantity, supplier, color. Um, and before you know it, those 1.34 million products are whittled down into exactly what the customer is asking for. Because there's a lot of options.
absolutely.
There's a lot of but there's also a lot of, correct me if I'm wrong, a little bit of redundancy because you may have multiple suppliers offering the same product.
Correct. And what's nice is now, as you hover over any of these items, you'll see like production time. So that varies 3 to 5 days, 7 days. Some will offer rush service if your client needs it right away. You'll see that here. But your pricing may vary as well. Some may include the decoration. So, and I'll take you through some other searches. We'll drill down a little bit into the product and I'll show you all of that. But it gives you options. That's the beautiful thing. Going back to again, during COVID, some of the materials, that yellow contractor sweatshirt that like
Yeah.
everybody was looking for that nobody could find the material, well, guess what? If you're dealing with one vendor and they're out, this gives you options to other vendors that may have it in stock. So that's another piece as well.
Absolutely.
So I'll go in real quick and we'll look for water tumblers. And we'll go through the different filter features and everything here. So water tumblers, lots and lots of things to choose from. You've got your name brands as well as generic in here. So just like that automotive search, it's bringing up anything, water tumbler related. So I'm going to go to my category and open that up, and I'm going to look for travel mugs. So we'll look for travel mug water tumblers here, and then I'll go ahead and hit apply. And now it's going to bring up, any type of water tumbler, but I prefer something that's stainless steel. So now up here, I can filter based on the quantity my client wants. So if they only wanted 12 or 50, I could pull up suppliers that only offer, a smaller quantity. If they want to stay within a certain price range, I can go ahead and put in if they want anything from $2 to, let's say, $8, whatever it might be from the customer facing pricing standpoint. I can go in and let's say I don't want to deal with suppliers that are 4 stars and up. The color that I might be looking for, if I want shades of blue, I can choose that, or you could see you have tons of other color options to really narrow down. I can exclude certain items. I'm trying to think what I might exclude. Maybe a straw. Maybe I don't want a straw for this particular drinkware. I can go in and see where the supplier is located, if there's anybody that's closer to me or to my customer, if I'm having it sent directly to them. And this show more button is kind of where the magic happens. So I love this because you can go in now and filter by material. So I had said I wanted it stainless steel. I can choose the imprint method.
Okay.
Now, we said you don't have a laser engraver, but if you did and you wanted to do laser engraving on these items, you can choose those that are sold unimprinted and do the decoration work yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to go here and choose laser engraved. I can choose
And
my size. Go ahead.
well, Michelle, what I also think a lot of us have to think about is just because you offer a decoration method doesn't mean that you're set up to do that certain quantity. Let's use screen printing as an example. A lot of us have a manual press. If I get 1,000 piece order, no, I'm not manually printing that. I want to connect with somebody who has that auto and can pump out hundreds of shirts an hour with as many colors as possible. So it's not just what you don't offer, it's what's out of your comfort zone, even for the products that you do offer and services.
Zach, you would think I gave you a script to go off of because I love that you hit that point. I talk about that to my clients all the time that offer some type of decoration because if you get the volume in, and let's say for you to produce that volume, the cost might go up because it's your
Yes.
time.
Yep.
Where if you have a supplier that has numerous machines that can pump that out in, less than half the time that it takes you, it is so much more cost effective to
Yep.
have the supplier do the decoration, and it saves you the angst of like trying to work 12, hours a day trying to get something done. So,
And that's what
yep.
I'm seeing more and more, Michelle, are shops liking to use digital equipment because it's just evolved. It's cheaper equipment. But then when you get that high run, I mean, outsource it. Just,
Yeah.
your customer doesn't care who actually did the impression. All they care is that it's quality and, a good price. And in our industry, it goes quality and service, and price is the least important thing for most customers. For the customers who are really stressed about the price, they're the most difficult to please. That's why we specialize in service and quality. And like you said, with these filter capabilities, it's very easy. And you can make sure you're working with a supplier that has been vetted by a lot of users, telling you, hey, they've never let me down for this decoration method, this product, and so forth.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing you talked about, the supplier vetting. Every time a distributor places an order with a supplier, they have the opportunity of rating that supplier, and that's where your ratings come from. and everything is looked at by our customer service team, good or bad. The other piece is if there is a bad rating, we'll look further into that to say what happened. We want to make sure that if something happened on the supplier end, that doesn't happen again. And why didn't the distributor get, ASI's customer service involved? The other piece to that too is as an ASI member, if there is ever an issue with a supplier, let's just say you get these tumblers and they're blue with red lettering, they were supposed to be red with blue lettering, you have the proof, the supplier says go pound sand. Well, you come back to ASI's customer service team, they jump in and act as your third party mediator to
Wow.
make the
Okay.
situation right. So suppliers will, let's face it, they're going to do what they need to do to make the situation right. But you have that rare occasion,
Yep.
and that's where, ASI is backing you as well. And the supplier also has some skin in the game because if they don't make things right, ASI can say, well, you're not going to be part of our network anymore. And they're losing a lot of business. So it definitely benefits them to make sure they're taking care of our distributors.
Yeah, those ratings and just ASI in general gives somebody a peace of mind that
Hmm.
and that's what I wish sometimes supplier, if I'm just talking about like blank products, if I went on to Sanmar, for example, I wish there were reviews.
Yeah,
Because nowadays, most of my purchases are made based on what others, feedback is. And it's very helpful. You can't, I'll make myself a little older, but back in the late 90s, it was eBay and Amazon. And I was an eBay person because I'm a sports memorabilia and I like to do things. But now I'm Amazon primarily because I have reviews. I want to be
yeah,
able to, know the quality. And in our, it's, we offer a service. Yes, we supply products, but really what we're doing is we're offering a decoration service, an impression. And again, doesn't matter if we're doing it or they, we're that's the service is organizing the order itself. And yeah, just having the right tools like you're showing us to be able to confidently know, hey, we're going to have no problems because you're putting your reputation on the line to your customer as well. And your customer doesn't care that you partnered and your supplier let you down. Your customer looks at it as you let them down. And that's why you really need,
absolutely.
all those capabilities that ASI clearly has.
Yeah, no, it's so true. I mean, you want that backing. You want the peace of mind. That's really what it comes down to, that you're providing the best products for your clients. And that, God forbid, if anything happens, somebody's there, but you know that somebody's managing
Yep.
this to make sure you're getting the quality that you need. So getting back here real quick to these filters, we did material, we did imprint, we'll do size, we'll just say 20 ounces kind of standard. You can go to trade name and see what brands are there if you're looking for a certain brand. And again, you've got brand names as well as all your off brands also to choose from. Down here, you can choose from made in the USA, those that have live inventory, specials attached, rush service based on what your client's looking for. So lots and lots of different items. I'm going to choose live inventory. This way I could show you that feature as well. And then I'll go ahead here and hit apply. And now it's going to bring up all the products that fit that search. So as we said, you'll see the supplier at the bottom, their rating is there in that blue. It'll give you now there's a special free setup, rush service, and then as you hover over, it gives you the production time. As we click into any of these products, this one here, it'll show you all the colors that product is available in on the left-hand side. Upper right gives you quick description of the product itself, different imprint methods that are offered, colors that are offered. As we scroll below, you'll see your pricing. Now, this one just has quantity of 100. Normally, you'll see, different based on the quantity. It gives you this I like, this pricing confirmed through date. So you know you're good to go ahead and quote the pricing that's here.
That is nice.
This is a solid rate. That is definitely nice. Definitely a time saver. Now it's giving you this price is including one color, location, imprint as well. Your net cost, catalog price is a recommended retail. We give you that as a point of reference. You can charge whatever it is that you want. And then we break profit out based on that recommended retail rate. Then this particular supplier, we pulled live inventory. You can go in. Now they only offer two colors, but you'll see here there's white and black. If you click on the black, it'll show you what they have in stock. Looks like black's popular, and then what they have in the white. And you can open up that grid and you'll be able to see what they have in stock right now within each color all at once. This is great, especially when you get into apparel. You'll see a lot of the apparel dealers will break out each product, each color, and sometimes the sizing. So you'll see what they have in that contractor yellow in small, medium, large. And if they have multiple warehouses across the country, you will see what's in each warehouse at each
Okay.
time. So really nice if you need something right away from that particular supplier or for your customer.
Yeah, those everybody is still recovering from COVID and it still
Yes.
will be. And then you get these boats, trapped in a canal or, like with Baltimore and so forth, things get
Oh,
delayed and you can't really point fingers at anybody. It's just life. But yeah, I mean, even the COVID situation though, it takes years to recover after
yeah.
the whole world shut down. And having that live inventory, gosh, is that important because selling something you can't actually get your hands on doesn't really help you. It's just gonna,
Exactly.
frustrate your customer. So that's great to have the live inventory.
And you get to be, the rescuer at that point, right? When you find the product that they've been looking for. I got it. I can get it for you.
Yep.
It's like, "Oh my God, you're my hero." We needed this, so and they're willing to pay anything at that situation. So it's always a good situation to be in for sure. And then here, just to show you, we had talked about collections earlier. This is where you can add it into a collection if you choose, or create a presentation. Again, as we talked about, dropping one or multiple items in and sending that over to your clients really makes it simple to recommend items. And it even allows you to drop their logo in there as well. And as we scroll below, here's your supplier information for this particular product. You open that up, you have all their contact info. You pick up the phone, call them to place the order, or as we scroll up top here, you can add to order and create a purchase order right from within the system. And one thing I want to touch on as we're talking about like creating presentations and quotes and invoices, we integrate with QuickBooks. So if anyone's using QuickBooks in-house, what makes it easy is there's integration with ESP Plus. You hit a button, it'll feed the information over. So there's no reason to have to worry about double order entry or anything like that. So very
Awesome.
nice. And then
It just, yep.
below here, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, just like DecoNetwork, it directly integrates with QuickBooks and it's a no-brainer. I mean,
Yeah,
I just like click a button, boom, there it goes and is recorded. It works so well.
it's a beautiful thing. Less work on your part. So
Yep.
it's wonderful. And then here you'll have all your product information. It gives you all the details about the item itself. Let me close that. And then you'll see imprint information. So anything as far as setup charges, it'll break down what your cost is as well as what you should charge the client. And everything is broken out based on the different decoration methods and print colors and all of that as well.
So some of
So
this information is for the distributor, but like if I'm putting together a proposal, that description, would that be on there for the proposal or is it just the images of the products?
So the description automatically, and we'll add this to a presentation real quick. And we'll do deco drinkware. Yep, it's going to pull up event type. We'll just say advertising. Let's see. If I start typing in, is it deconetwork.com?
Yep.
There we go. So if I
Oh,
start typing in your URL, I can now add you in, and look, it automatically pulls the
Oh, no
company
way. It
logo.
starts finding
Yeah.
artwork on the website.
Yep, there you go. So it makes it easy. And then we can put the event type in, the event date, budget, any of that, and then I'll create my presentation. And then I'll get a little pop-up that appears down here to go in and edit, and I'll open that up. So here I can go in, it'll show my products down here. If I had multiple products, it'll show the image for each one. So now you can go in and edit what you want your customer
Oh,
to
okay.
see at this point. So I'm going to pull this white. We'll do view virtual sample. Oh, I didn't say, let's see. Should give me, oh, I didn't save the logo in there. My bad.
No, you're good. And you know what's becoming more
Oh,
and more
it'll drop the
common
logo.
is the websites often are using a vector logo a lot of the time. And it's like the only place you can get a vector sometimes because they never have it.
Well, what's nice is a lot of the suppliers now used to say, well, if you need artwork, it's X amount. Like if we need to, take your file and move it into a vector file, a lot of them have that now. They'll just do it,
Yeah,
which is
that's
fantastic. So,
because nobody has it and it's gotten a lot easier and it just takes out that the bottleneck. I don't care what type of product it is, will always be the artwork. And
absolutely.
it's gotten a lot easier that suppliers and even decorators on DecoNetwork, they just, all right, we're going to just assume that you're going to give us a bad image and we're going to work it into the price automatically. And yeah.
Exactly. And here, all you need is a JPEG, PNG, anything along those lines as far as a file. And then you could pull that in from desktop or wherever. Here's your product name, product summary. Now, here's what's nice. Here's my little AI tool. If I hit generate summary, it'll automatically generate a summary in here for me of the product itself.
Wow.
So it gives you now like stay hydrated wherever you go with this power coated copper line insulated water bottle. So it makes it, nice and easy.
Yep.
You can add in any note that you want to add in to your client right here. You can choose the colors that your customer is going to see. If there were multiple sizes, things along those lines, the imprint options, if you want to give them options of what they could see. If we're just going to recommend laser engraving, I can take all the other ones out. And then price range, if you want to add anything in with the pricing, you want to add additional percentage or anything on, you can, or take percentage away. Any additional charges that you want to add on if you're doing the decoration and maybe you want to include that pricing here, whatever might be, all of that gets done right here. And that's where you choose what they're going to see. So I'll go ahead and hit save from here. Let's preview. Let's go back to the presentation. And then here I can share with my customer. So I'm going to hit that button. You can email it to them right from the system, or you can share via link. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to copy the link. We'll go up here, paste that link in, and you'll see what the client will see as they open that up. So here we'll have your contact information. It shows who I'm sending this to. It's got your, DecoNetwork's logo, what I named my presentation, and then it'll show all the products here that I've recommended. As the client opens that up, this is what they will see. If I've dropped their logo on, it'll show their logo here, that description that I put in, the pricing, and then again, all of this based on what I've chosen for them to view. Now, here they can like it, they can dislike it, or they can add it to cart. They can check out the cart. That'll send me a request for a quote. And then I can turn around, I'll get it back, and I can generate a quote. Goes back, they approve the quote, comes back to me as the distributor. And then from there, I can create an invoice for the customer as well. So really makes it simple. And then you'll notice here, as I go back into my ESP backend, I see my little notification right here, and it tells me that DecoNetwork has visited my
Wow.
presentation that I built for
Okay.
them. So, and if they like it, I'll get another notification and so on, which is nice. So pretty easy, kind of gives you, like I said, all the tools. And then what's really nice too, you have a help center built in right here. We talked about that customer success manager that we assign to everyone's account. They go through, take you through that initial onboarding, but you have a knowledge base built in here. There's training that we do on a daily basis. So you can go in here, look at the training options, go into our live training calendar. And if there's any, features you want to learn more of, you can jump into building a presentation, searching in collections, quoting orders and invoices. All of that's in here. And then you also have options to go into our live video library, which you'll see screen by screen instructions on how to do everything within the system. So it's so intuitive and easy to use, but when you need that extra help, this is all there. But don't forget, you also have customer service and tech support, as we talked about, that are a phone call away, and you get a live person on the phone to get any help. So,
Michelle, based on first glance, it feels like I'm on any other website, and the learning curve is a lot easier because it feels like
mhm.
I'm on a website, not on a new platform with this giant learning curve. Now, there's obviously a learning curve, and when it comes to just the products themselves and how to, do things, but it feels so intuitive automatically because I feel like I'm on any other website and I'm filtering down the options and yeah. And in your experience, you may not have these numbers, but what percentage maybe of orders does the distributor kind of get them past really close to the finish line and then pass the baton to the customer to make the leap and make the purchase versus we're about, I think, to talk about ASI, website that you can actually have on your account so the customer is empowered to do it a lot of themselves because you brought up a great point as with that proposal when we're doing a custom order, it's a lot of quoting. It's not necessarily an order and we're done. Reorders are real easy. But when you make a custom made to order product, it often starts with a quote, especially when it's hundreds of dollars and so forth. It's not an impulse purchase most of the time, it's bought with a purpose. And so, yeah, I just didn't know if you had any information as far as what percentage of orders often is it that we kind of do a proposal versus somebody might do straight from the website and so forth? Do you have any idea?
I don't have specific statistics on that, and trust me, we have a lot of statistics on a lot of stuff. That's one I don't. But I will say this, it all depends on your client. What I do love, and you gave me some, legway right into that customer facing site. You have the ability to either put a proposal together based on your client or send them to a website that we've created for you. So, and I'll kind of like answer your question like through
Yep.
talking about this a little bit, but with the customer facing site. So again, going back to the ESP Plus, this is your back end, right? This is internally, this is only something that you guys are seeing in-house. When you want your customers to look at something, we could build a site for you. We drop all those products in there. We drop in your business name, logo, contact information, match the colors to your business. All the products are here for your clients to view. The difference is they're going to see the recommended retail rate that's automatically set. Now, you can go in and set margins differently based on what you want to have your clients view or what you want them to purchase at, but we'll set that automatically so there's no work on your end. Everything's in here. It's live updated as new products come in, as colors changes, as pricings change. Everything gets updated on the site as well. Now you can go in, you'll see all of our templates have a different kind of look and feel. Some have product
Yep.
collections generated. You can go in and create your own collections, add additional pages on, add custom products in that you're producing as well. But they can go on and type in any search term that they're looking for. Again, I just went with water tumbler. They can go to the category and say, what kind of tumbler am I looking for? We'll go with mugs and steins this time around. Now, look, you even have a deeper filter. Do I want it metal, insulated, ceramic, glass? So they've got lots of different options. We'll just go with insulated and hit apply. Then they can search or narrow down by color and price range. And then it gives them pricing based on the different decoration methods offered, colors, sizes, and so on. And they can go in, they can request a quote, add it to the cart, and place an order right with you as well. This is fantastic, especially when you have the client that you've shown like 15 of an item to, and they don't like any of those 15, and you know you've already spent a lot of time. So you can send them here and they can go through and say, give me your top three. Show me the products that you like, and then, I'll put a quote together if you want, from there. And it saves you the legwork of coming up with ideas that maybe you're just not on the same track as they are. They can go in and search for those products. So,
And Michelle, a misconception even with our DecoNetwork users, because again, it's a made to order product. And at that point, it's not like going on Amazon and clicking buy. I mean, we're making it to order. There's some pressure, especially if you're buying it for a group, which most of the time you are. You don't want to do an event and have it not good and everybody's there wearing it and you're the one who placed the order. So my point is, websites, just because the customer didn't check out through the site doesn't mean that the customer didn't get what they needed out of it. All that back
correct.
and forth, those emails that are annoying to a degree, a website can answer a lot of questions at their leisure without having to involve you. And maybe again, they don't check out. And it sounds like you just said they can request a quote. And
Yeah.
that's what, again, with a lot of DecoNetwork users, if your average order is $500 or more, quote only mode makes more sense.
Hmm.
For a DecoNetwork user on our website platform, because your customer wants to interact with a human at some point a lot of the time to make sure we're all on the same page. You're going to hit my deadline. There's no, my artwork's going to work for this, because there's a lot of, I mean, there's some decoration processes. The artwork you uploaded, we can't do that detail. There's
Yes.
always parameters. It's a custom product, obviously. One question I have about the websites: can you curate the product mix that's available on the site? Can you control which products are? So if you didn't want to offer apparel, for example, could you prevent that from being on here?
Yes. So you can filter out by product as well as supplier. So what is really nice, and I'm glad you brought that up, something I wanted to touch on, both in ESP, in your backend and that ESP Plus, and your customer facing site, you have filter options as far as you can create your preferred supplier list. So where you're doing business with certain apparel suppliers, and I know you guys offer the website that has all that information, you can filter that out of this site. This site can be backlinked in to the site that they currently have through DecoNetwork as well. So it gives them all the other products. They can also create those preferred suppliers. And if you're getting additional discounts with those suppliers, whether it's next quantity pricing, end quantity pricing, you can actually set that pricing with each supplier to reflect that price within ESP Plus. So anytime you go in, and I'll just show you that gets done right here. Anytime you go in and look at a product, we'll just say Sanmar, and let's say you're getting end quantity pricing through Sanmar, you can have that reflect. Anything you look at through Sanmar will reflect what your
Okay.
actual pricing is, not just their wholesale rate, but you can reflect that into the website as well. So yes, you can filter out the suppliers and products on your website as well as any pricing, any
Okay.
discounts and things that you get with that supplier. So you can either have certain suppliers' products show up first, not show up at all, or be the only products that show up on those sites.
Okay.
Does that
Awesome.
answer your question?
That absolutely answers my question.
Perfect, perfect. So yeah, so as you can see, all the tools that are needed, and yes, as you said, placing an order on the website, this is something where talking about an Amazon, yeah, you might order this mug blank through Amazon, but on here you're getting customization. So it is nice to generate that conversation with, the distributor, somebody that's doing the decoration work to say, here's what I'm looking for. Can this happen? Because they don't know. They might want it on the lip of the mug versus here, and that can't happen. So it's like
We
having the
know, yeah,
conversation.
most
Yeah, the pain points, right? The pain points. So,
they're not ordering custom promo products every day. They're not used to it. And that's why, but again, it's all that initial back and forth that you can kind of weed out by having the website tools. Really, yeah, powerful.
yeah. And it gives them the warm and fuzzy to know that somebody's holding their hand through the process, that you're telling them it's going to be okay. We're going to take care of you. This is what you're looking for. This is what we can do. But then it also gives you the opportunity to have the conversation of, okay, tell me about why you need these. What are you doing? Oh, so what other products would you need? And now you can recommend other items. Like if it's an event, well, you're going to need signage, and are you going to do giveaways? What are some of the giveaways you're going to like? Now you're building that order as
Yeah,
well.
before
So
you know it, we want to give out notebooks at an event, and you know what you need with this pen. The complementary
absolutely.
products that go together hand in hand. It's about adding. Do you want fries with that? So it works well. And again, your customers, when they understand the value in it, because one, again, you're handing them out, but two, gosh, when you have a client who's selling the promo product to their end customer, it's really like, tell me another situation in which your customer is paying to market your business.
Yeah.
It's a great situation to be in when you can.
And when you brought that up, some other benefits with ASI, because that kind of leads into like the market research and things that we offer. So as an ASI member, you'll also have access to ASI Central. So you'll see all the news about the industry, what's trending, what's going on when one supplier buys out another, just keeps you up to date on anything that you need to know. Now, we have a ton of research in here. This is awesome because not only does it help you guys as the distributor to say who are some industries that I may want to go after, but it also gives you a lot of data that you can use in any marketing that you're doing. If you're reminding customers why they should use promotional products and why they're good for their business, it will break down products, cost per impression, how long somebody keeps it for, what age groups use that product, what are the main industries to go after. So there's some great data in here to help not only help grow the business, but to market. And you can take anything in here and use that in email marketing, social media marketing. So we give you a lot of tools to tell clients, hey, these are some of the other things we could do for you as well. Along with that, all of our ASI members get discounts through ASI with companies we feel that may be benefits that you use on the day to day. You'll see items in here from insurance to travel to different business services, as well as office supplies like Office Depot and Lenovo computers. I would say the most popular discount is this UPS discount. You will save 30 to 50% on all of your shipping
Wow.
using UPS as your shipping method. You get to take advantage of the smart pickup service for free as well. And this, if you have a UPS account already, you apply your ASI number to that, and it'll automatically apply the discounts to any shipping that you do. And if not, you set that up and we apply the discounts get applied to that. So it's definitely a great savings. And there's a lot of great tools in here, our education as well. Lots of good things. What I always say too, when I have distributors that bring new sales reps on, send them to ASI Central. We have all the videos that'll teach them about the industry. So there's tons of videos behind everything in here. Distributor fundamentals. You'll see different videos and these get updated. You can go on and watch at any time. Same thing if anybody's getting into wearables, which I would hope all of you guys know about already, since that's what you do. But if you want to get into corporate gifting, things like that, marketing the business, there's tons of stuff in here as well.
Knowledge
And
is
then,
power.
oh, you got it. It absolutely is. It's like you walk the walk, you talk the talk. So And then you have access to all of our trade shows. Our next big show coming up is in Chicago, third week of July. We are in Orlando early January, Fort Worth, Texas, the beginning of March. And these are great events. Our ASI members get to attend for free. There's a full day of education, 2 days on the show floor. We even reimburse your first night's hotel stay. There's networking events, keynote speakers. It is such a great energy that it's so worth it to go. I mean, you've been to the shows. It's just you walk away kind of feeling, re-energized. And I love hearing the networking because this is an industry, $26.1 billion, where people are not afraid to share their tricks of the trade. That people that have been doing this 30, 40,
Oh yeah.
50 years, they're always willing to say what has made them successful, how they've been able to thrive even through the rough times like COVID, what they've done to keep focus and, keep being able to make money. I love it. So,
I went to the ASI Chicago show last year, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of vendors, a lot of suppliers, essentially there showing you all the different products that essentially not 1.4 million, but a lot of products at that show, and yeah, it was a lot of fun and learned a lot myself just attending. Um, so where can somebody because again we have a lot of DecoNetwork users, and I already know that there's several that are distributors and or user DecoNetwork users who are interested in becoming a distributor, but they're also some of them are interested in becoming a supplier. um, and how does that work exactly? How do they join ASI, whether it's either one?
absolutely. Yeah, so I work more on our distributor side. We have a great team on our supplier side, and I can point anyone in the right direction for sure. They can go to ASI Central slash Deco Network right here. There's a QR code that they can click on. My contact information and email is here. They can contact me directly and we'll get them pointed in the right direction, kind of go through their business. There's several levels of membership, so we'll see what's the best fit for their business. The beautiful thing with ASI is everything you do with us is month to month from a distributor side. There's no long term commitment. So it's something that can grow with your business as well, or God forbid something like COVID happens again and you need to change gears, we're flexible with you as well. But here's just a couple, of the brief things we talked about: getting that industry education and access to the suppliers and products and the software. We're just giving you everything. It's kind of getting that like welcome box of all the stuff. Like you now bought a house. Here's the keys to the house and like the clicker for the garage door. This is everything that you need. Like to give you every tool to run a distributor business, to expand the line card of products, and take advantage of that $26.1 billion a year industry and protect your business, your clients.
You are
So,
right about the protection as well. You grow and protect because every year, if there's more and more shops offering promo, your customers are going to expect it. And when you tell them, sorry, I can't, and then this other person says, yeah, I can, and I do all this other stuff you have been ordering, give me
yeah.
all your business. So one stop shop. It doesn't mean you do all of it yourself, but it again, we offer a service, and that is to get a decorated product in our customers' hands. They care about service, quality, price is the third most important thing, but you still can deliver a product at a good price and make good margins. 40% markup, that's not what I thought it was before I started researching more. I was always thinking, oh, it's like 10, 15. No, it's
Oh
40%.
no.
That's good money in it. And in the average promo product, you're not typically buying a handful. They're buying 100 of something. And if I have $4 in 100, I have a $4 markup essentially, and we sell 100, that's great money just playing that
Mhm.
outsourcing role.
Yeah, you walk into the bank and hand them $10 and they hand you back 14. How many times you going to do that all day?
Yeah.
So that's
Um,
a nice little investment, that's for sure. Bringing in profits on a daily basis if you've got the clientele.
Yep. And they are asking for it even if they're not asking you for it. You want
Hmm.
to be, let your apparel clients know, hey, we also offer promo products now. You often would be shocked. Well, I've been ordering these. So the ones that haven't left you, they still probably are outsourcing to somebody else. And you're leaving money on the table when you already have that relationship. You already have their artwork and everything. You just need to provide the full circle of the products and services. And yeah, and it goes beyond, you mentioned even before, just like thank you bags. I mean, even if it's a one-time use product, it's still promo if it's branded and
Hmm.
so forth. So there's just a lot of different things, and obviously ASI provides the tools. Whether you want to do a lot of this stuff for your customer, or you also want to empower them by taking them to your ASI site. Where they can navigate the products that you have through ASI's network of suppliers.
Absolutely. And that's the point. We're here to partner with DecoNetwork to expand out that line card for your clients. That's what it comes down to. Like we said, it's giving them everything else without the investment of equipment and materials and all of that. This is the easy part. We give you the opportunity to find the products for your client, place the order, you pay the supplier, you keep the profits that, from the difference that your client's paying you, and you can have the product blind shipped direct to your client. This, alleviates any additional work on your part other than making that presentation and placing the order for your customer.
Yep. It's nothing new. It's been done for
No.
years. It's just, and it because of, the popularity, you really have to think about doing it more than ever. And again,
Yeah.
I highly suggest reaching out to Michelle. And Michelle, you'll take care of if they're a distributor, they're looking for to become a supplier, you can point them in the right direction. Um,
Absolutely.
Anything else that you find to be important to share?
No, I think that kind of covers everything. And here's, some of the things that I'll just touch on. Like some people get scared thinking if I take this on, it's just more work on my part. It's a lot. It's not. You're already doing this. It's more work with what you're doing because you're doing the decoration. And we're not saying to ever stop that. This just gives you other items as your customers come in and are placing that order for what you're doing. You now have the opportunity to say, okay, what else do you need? I can do it all. And now you're making more money on the work that you're doing because you've got suppliers behind you that, your little elves that are creating those other products for your client and then just making it easy and you're delivering all the product at once. Your customer thinks you're the miracle worker and got it all done in this short window of time. But little do you know, your little elves were back there making it all happen as well. So, and it's making you money. It's just what it comes down to. It's making you money. So that's what we're here for. If you're looking to expand out, bring more profits in, which who isn't, give us a call. We're more than happy to talk to you and see how we fit in with your current business model.
Makes sense, Michelle. And again, since the pandemic, I think more and more shops don't want to be buying so much equipment themselves if they realize how easy it is to partner up with suppliers through an ASI and just make it all turnkey and just again, pandemic between having to lay off employees at times and, this physical space, it just outsourcing becomes more and more attractive than ever. And I'm asked all the time, if you were to start your business today, what equipment would you buy? I buy a heat press. I would
Hmm.
outsource most of my transfers. I'd heat press and everything else. Wow, I would rather outsource it because it's amazing what technically a one or two person business can do if they focus on what makes money, which is primarily selling. If you
Hmm.
just quote and get them to become orders and you let somebody else do the actual production, I mean, you can really free up your time. You don't have to worry, if, again, God forbid, another pandemic were to hit or anything, you're not as, you know, invested, but you still are. And this is nothing new. This really is nothing new. There's been a lot of shops, and correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, over the past, it was a lot of ASI distributors didn't have as much equipment. And now we have seen over the past half a dozen or so years, more and more of those, hey, I do apparel decorating. Now I want to offer hard goods, because I have met a lot of those. I don't touch any products, which is great. But some of us like to get our hands a little dirty themselves. But would you agree that, like, over the past dozen or so years, you've seen more and more shops versus just companies who didn't do any production themselves?
Yeah, so I mean, I will tell you, I have clients who are print shops that do large format printing and all of that and add us on to, have all the other products. I have clients that do their own like screen printing, embroidery, like you're talking about in-house, and this adds on all the other products. I have people that are realizing when they have a piece of equipment that something happens, they're like, why? Why am I going to go spend the thousands of dollars to replace a piece of equipment when I can outsource, all of this. And look, I don't want to say get away from your trade because don't ever do that, but when it comes down to a cost or investment, this allows you to still be able to offer everything, without that. But I have clients who they don't own a piece of equipment, they were in this business years ago or left another company and are starting it themselves, and they have an office in their house or in their basement and they never even touch a product.
Hmm.
So anybody can be a distributor. Now,
Yep.
I think your team of people have a leg up because they have more education within the industry to kind of talk the talk. But,
Yep.
again, it just gives you more items to be able to offer.
Now makes complete sense. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for participating. Again, I highly suggest everybody check out ASI, and that would be asicentral.com. And you can also throw that backslash in there, DecoNetwork, to learn more. And again, Michelle's got her email right here. So thanks again so much, Michelle, for participating. And hopefully we can do this again someday.
Sounds awesome, Zach. I appreciate you guys bringing us on. Excited to work with members of your team and give us a call. Let's see what we could do to help grow your business.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, and have a good rest of your day.
You too. Take care.